Welcome back to another episode of Motogp Mark, and today we're going to talk about Claudio Domenicali, the Ducati CEO, saying it will be a different championship from Qatar. Now, speaking recently, Domenicali said, Pecco started with 2 races that weren't among his best. He finished the winter test with a lot of difficulties, but they were not his fault. This is why we haven't seen his true potential yet. I am convinced we will though, starting with some upcoming races. However, maybe not here in Austin, because this track really suits Mark particularly well. But I do believe that a different World Championship will be starting in Qatar. This week we race in Austin, following it in mid-April we race in Qatar. Now for me, look, this weekend Marc Marquez going into this race is completely the favourite out of everyone to win this race. That could also, I suppose, cause a problem for him because, there's a certain amount of pressure on him that he's going to win it, or maybe too much confidence, and that could lead to a mistake. But saying that, realistically, the only one that can beat Marc this weekend in Kota is Marc, in my honest and humble opinion. But what Domenicali said does hold some water. Normally, the first few rounds, Pecco doesn't really fire. And I would even go to say in Qatar, he doesn't really always fire as well. So now I'm more saying really that I think it'll be back in Europe before Pecco goes anywhere near showing his true potential and getting to grips with the GP25. I know there's an awful lot of talk if he'll go back to the 2024, possibly, but remember, he does have to keep the 24.9 engine if he even does go back to the 2024 chassis and swing arm, etc. There is a few differences on how they set up the bikes. For example, there is a difference in the front forks. Marc likes to go with, I believe, the longer stanchions, whereas Pecco likes the shorter ones. Personal preference and all of this. So there is still a few differences within the bikes, maybe that Pecco needs to investigate more. But really, as I mentioned in the podcast, Pecco's start to the season has actually equaled one of his best starts in the season. So the problem is just Marc has had his run of it in the tracks. There will be tracks, of course, that are going to suit Pecco more than Marc. So it will be very, very interesting over the course of this weekend to see exactly how they go. But I would definitely love to know your thoughts. What do you think of Claudio Domenicali's comments? And do you think it will be Qatar or Europe before Pecco will start to fight back? Definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video.